Hey guys! So I kind of want to make a video on this topic separately. I mentioned in my previous video that I took up nutrition classes. It's like on a website for certification, and I'll kind of tell you how I did that, why I chose to do it, and if it helped me or not. I know that you and we know that this little like YouTube channel is for people who struggle with food, and me myself, I struggled with food for a long time and still do. It gets better, it gets worse, mostly better because I'm learning a lot throughout the years. I took up nutrition classes like right after New Year's Eve. And it wasn't a New Year's resolution. No, it was not that. But it was more of a trying to help myself, because in the previous videos I mentioned how I was a bit confused and lost and not know what to do anymore, and just kind of eating all day every day, just mess up, and I was like, I don't know what to do. And I was really at a kind of low point and very confused and just like, I need help, I don't understand. And I told my mom, like, I was like, I'm so confused, I'm gaining weight, I'm being unhappy, and I don't know what to do. Like, I think that was what was scaring me most. It's not that I was gaining weight, it was like, I don't know what to do, how to get back on track. Like, what am I supposed to be doing? How do I, like, I don't understand. Like, what am I doing wrong? How do I get better? How do I stop this process of binging and overeating and restricting? And then it was just like I'm like so not happy. And my mom was like, well, you like try to take nutrition classes. She at that time was taking up classes on this like universalclass.com or something, and she paid $180 a year for a person, and you take up classes and then you can get certification. And she was taking for medical because she wants to be a translator at a medical like setting. So she was taking up medical classes, and this was right before New Year's. And she was like, I highly encourage you to take up these classes as well. So I was like, of course my reaction, I was like this will help me, okay? Like, you know, I'm always like, okay, well, you know, I was like, whatever, like, this is not the answer. It was kind of like, this is not the answer I was looking for. I was hoping you would tell me, like, do this or you do this. And that's the thing, like, at that time, I was asking, I was at my gym asking even my trainers who I knew for like 2 years, and they're pretty close friends to me, and they always try to help out me, but I was trying to like talk to them and see like what should I do, and they gave me tips and everything, but they didn't have the answer, like do this meal plan or do this or eat this way or this much, because honestly no one does. No one has the right answer for you. You have to find that answer like for yourself. And that's kind of what I learned through that little process. Like, you can ask them to tell you what to do, and they can tell you, but you will only know what's right kind of for you, if that makes sense. So nobody could actually tell me like, do this and you'll get the results you want, or do this. Like, they told me the simple answer, like, you need to be in a calorie deficit if you want to lose weight. You need to have like calories in, calories out to maintain weight, and an extra amount of calories, like not deficit, but I forgot the other word. Basically, more calories than you burn if you want to gain weight. You know, and they were telling me, and I was like, I understand this, but what do I need to eat? So I kind of was like this. So I talked to my mom, and she told me to take these classes. So I decided I would. And I went through them so fast because I was really desperate. And also, I studied nutrition since middle school. So a lot of the things were sounding familiar to me, so it wasn't like new terms I had to learn or confusing. Like, I knew exactly what they were saying. Carbohydrates, you know, carbohydrates, proteins, fats. Like, I was like, yes, I know what this all is. Like, saturated fat, not, you know, I was like, this all sounds like things I've been learning for years, which is not bad. I'm just saying, like, it was, like, it didn't take me as long to take the classes, but I finished, it was how many, 10, 16 classes, and I like sped through them. It was great. I loved it. I think it put me a little bit in an understanding, like, it made it simple, okay? Like, it told me that keto diet wasn't gonna be, you know, the answer to everything, and it actually mentioned that keto was, like, you can do it, but you have to be careful, as well as any diet. So they said to make sure that you have carbohydrates, fats, proteins, healthy, you know, pyramid, like, and you could do the pyramid, you know, vegan-based, keto-based, whatever it is, but in the end, your body needs the three, you know, protein, fats, and carbs. And I'm not going to get into this because there's going to be somebody on my channel or somebody in the comments saying, no, you could totally live off only of carbohydrates and sugar. Oh, you can only live off of proteins and fats. And oh, you could only live off of fats. Like, you could do that. Yes, you can, but, like, your body still needs the three basic, like, no matter what you do. Like, you could, like, eat just protein and fats, but you know, like, is that good for you? And that's kind of what they were saying in the videos and courses. And overall, I learned that I think I need to be able to balance my diet. Yes, I decided to be vegan. That was, like, my decision. And yes, I decided to eat whole foods vegan. But I don't want to take out fats. I don't want to take out carbs. And I don't want to take out proteins. Like, I don't want to be just, like, one side or the other. Like, I just want to be a balanced, whole foods, vegan, variety, healthy. And I read a lot of things that were, like, healthy for you. And I learned, like, vegetables, fruits, like, they're very healthy for you. And, like, how they are. And just basic stuff that, like, we know, you know, fruits and vegetables are healthy. But, like, also what they could prevent. Like, the diseases they can prevent. And just how actually they impact our body, like our skin, our health, our immune system, everything. And I think after reading all that, I was like, wow, like, all my binges and, like, not just eating a bunch of junk food and whatever, they're not just, like, they're just giving me pleasure to my taste. But for my health, they're destroying me. And that was, like, an eye-opener, because I realized the food, you know, it's not about the taste sometimes. Like, it's about what it's doing to us. And I think that scared me a little bit, because I was like, I ate a lot of unhealthy foods in a large amount of quantities. And if I keep going down this road, it's not going to lead me anywhere good. Like, I'm going to keep getting the things, like, the results I'm not wanting, which is gaining weight and being unhealthy. And I think the fact of being unhealthy scared me more than just gaining weight. At that point, I was like, yeah, you know, I want to be able to live a long, healthy life and be active and healthy and happy, not what I'm doing now, you know? So I think that kind of was an eye-opener. And I also took up these psychology classes, and there was a project saying about the five senses, which is, you know, hearing, seeing, tasting, feeling, and smelling. And in the project, it was saying how to write a report of if you could take away one sense, what would it be and why? And first thing I thought, I was like, taste. And I think after doing this report, I realized even more how, like, just for myself, you know, kind of how I should treat food. And I realized, because in the report I said that taste, because if we take away taste, I don't think we would be able to, like, binging or overeating would be much of a problem, because there's no pleasure. It's kind of just, there's nothing to it. And we would view food more of a nutritional, like, fact, kind of like a logic thing. Like, okay, like, here's my carbs, proteins, and fats, and vegetables, and you just eat it, but you don't taste it, you know? So it would be helpful for us as to eat healthier. It would be easier to keep a budget, because you're not spending extra money. You're just kind of like, food is fuel, like gas for a car. Restaurants would probably not really be a thing. because also like no like taste, you know. There wouldn't be probably like business with food because they can't really make pleasurable food because we don't taste it. Things like that, basically. I was saying you'd save time as well because you're not like, oh, I'm bored, I'm gonna snack on something yummy and tasty, and no. You're just like, food is fuel, it's not much, you know. I think. And then this is my perspective. Like, I'm not saying I'm right, I'm not saying I'm the most genius person here, I'm not acting smart, I'm just sharing you my opinion and my kind of view on it. And this is totally me. Like, you could totally 100% disagree with me. Like, I don't mind. I'm not gonna get offended if someone's like, oh, you know what, no, I disagree with you, like, you know, blah blah blah. You're 100% welcome to disagree with me. This is just my opinion, and I want to share with you because I know we all struggle with food, and not all, but a lot of us struggle with food, and it's just something I want to share with you guys, like my journey and my thoughts and my experience. So basically, with that report, I just said taste because of all that. And you could disagree. Maybe you're like, no, taste is like the best thing. But just in my opinion, like, I would rather see, because seeing for me is everything. Like, I would not want to take away my vision, you know. Hearing is a lot for, like, I feel like all the other senses are more necessary for surviving, because even smell, like, that would be actually my second opinion to take off, because smell, it's kind of like, if you think about it, also not as, but for me smell would be more important than tasting, just because, like, even with tasting, like, to see if food is rotten or not, like, you could smell it, you know, you could see it, so you don't need to taste it to see if it's good or not. But anyways, getting off track, all the other senses seemed more necessary for survival, just because, like, you know, seeing, hearing is a big part of your life, and then feeling is also one that I thought was necessary, because, like, what if you get cut or something and you don't feel it, and then it can get infected, and, or, you know, I just thought it would be more necessary. But, you know, it was an interesting topic to think about and discuss. So if you guys write down your opinion, I would love to read it, because I just thought it was, and your could be completely different, and you could have your own reasonings. It's just a, you know, thing to think about, and I enjoyed to kind of process that information and be able to just kind of think about it and picture it in my head and reason why I would decide to take away that sense. Anyways, completely off topic. I took the nutrition classes. I was finished with like a month with them, got my certification. I got a 99%, so that's pretty good for me. My grades were pretty good, but because I was so passionate about it and I just love it, and I want to be able to encourage you guys to also maybe take up, if you're struggling with food, maybe take up, and these are classes, and you don't have to take up like a college, because this is not a college, what I did, you know, you don't have to take up classes, maybe just on YouTube, like, but like people that are professional and that know what they're talking about, not just a fad diet, not just an Instagrammer, not just a model of what they eat, specifically a nutrition, like, person who maybe studied nutrition or is like more into it than just like, I'm saying like a lot. I'm so sorry, guys. I know you guys always mention to me in the comments, you say like and like and I think it's because I know 2 languages, so sometimes because we talk more in Russian at home, it's sometimes like hard for me to, because at home I'm just saying like Russian and English words, like throwing it all together, and it's like 2 languages in one. But when I have to talk in one language, I have to be very, like, more vocabulary. I need more vocabulary, basically. So whether it's in Russian or English, I kind of get more stuttery. That's not the point of this video at all. But I will finish up here saying that I took the classes. It helped a lot. I encourage you to do the same, whether it's YouTube videos or classes, or maybe even college if that's something you're really interested in, you know. I'm just encouraging you to take it up and look it up if that's something you're struggling with. And I enjoyed the classes a lot, so definitely encourage you guys. So anyways, I will end this video here before I keep talking into another subject. Let me know if this was interesting and what type of videos you want to see or hear about more. I'm thinking of doing some videos, something like my morning routine, night routine, something a bit more maybe different than just my sit down and talk, even though I really enjoyed, this is my favorite, to sit down and just talk with you guys. So let me know, guys. Bye.